50-year-old man presents to the emergency department with dyspnea, hemoptysis, and cyanosis for 1 day. He endorses history of malaise, fevers, and myalgia for the past 3 days, which he initially thought was the flu, since others in his military facility are also ill with similar symptoms. A chest radiograph is performed, which demonstrated the findings below. What is the organism most likely responsible for his presentation? So when you're approaching these systems-based questions that touch on multiple organ systems, the key here is learning what's important and what's not. Highlighting a few things that are really important: the symptoms, dyspnea, hemoptysis, and cyanosis. He's had malaise and fevers and myalgias. Others have the same symptoms, and he's in the military. Looking at the radiograph can be intimidating, and I can make another video and lecture on how to interpret chest x-rays, but for this portion, let's just focus in on kind of the pertinence here. There's several different ways to approach interpreting chest x-rays. However, let's focus in on this mediastinum. You can see how it's quite large. It should be much more narrow than this. So thinking back at those key items that were really important, one should be sticking out to you right now, and it should be military. So even if you don't know everything about this, if you can just associate military with anthrax, you probably got this because it's A. A few other points to make here is don't get lost in a lot of the details. Oftentimes on these system-based questions, you have a very limited time to answer the questions. So if you spend too much time looking at this chest x-ray or looking at some of these details, you're gonna lose valuable time to actually answer the questions in the preceding questions. Oftentimes these questions give you multiple key bits of information that alone are probably enough to answer the question in and of itself. All right, so follow for part 2, where I go into in-depth explanations on why each answer was right and wrong and how we can kind of remember each of these infectious diseases.